In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete a flexible working request. If an employee has put in a request, you'll receive an email notification that looks like this. I want to mark this request as received so it notifies the employee that I've actually received their request. So I want to log into ESR and I want to find the request within my notifications on the top right. Within my work list, I'll have the request for flexible working and I just select the subject header. And from here, I can mark the request as received, or if it's not for myself, I can reassign it to another supervisor or manager by clicking the reassign button. Within the reassign screen, I can search for the manager I want to send the request to with the search box and the search button here, and then just click submit to send that forward. In this instance, however, I'm going to mark the request as received, so I'm just going to go back a page, and then I'm just going to click the request received button. That will then ping an email to the requester that I've received this request. So now that you've received the request, you might have had a meeting with your employee to discuss it, and now I just need to record the outcome of that meeting. So I want to go to my portal by clicking on the portal button on the top right. And if I scroll down, I can see all my flexible working requests within the Manager Update Form section. I just need to click the action button next to the employee the flexible working request was for. And then I can update the request from the Manager Action button. So on this screen, you will see the details of the request. And looking at the arrangements and outcomes section at the bottom, I just want to work through this list. The first option within the section is the agreed arrangement drop-down. You can select between permanent, temporary, trial or informal. When you're submitting a flexible working request, just keep in mind that anything marked as permanent should be a contractual change. So if you'd prefer to test the arrangement first, it's better to submit it as a trial or temporary request for maybe around 3 to 6 months. That way you can see if it works in practice and then carry out a review before deciding whether to make it a permanent change or not. In this scenario, the agreed arrangement was a temporary arrangement. The meeting 1 date, this is the date of the initial conversation with the employee about their flexible working request. It should reflect the day you actually held that meeting. For example, if you met with the employee today, you would record today's date. If the arrangement was temporary or a trial, you can put the agreed arrangement end date in this section here. Meeting number 2 date, if the employee chooses to appeal your decision, a second meeting will take place as part of that escalation. So this field records the date of that follow-up meeting. If no appeal was made, you can leave that section blank. The decision required by section is automatically calculated 2 months in advance from the date that the request was acknowledged. You don't need to amend this. There is a 2-month window which covers the full decision period, including any appeal from the employee. So just leave that one as it is. The outcome drop-down is where you record your decision on the request, whether it's accepted or rejected. Please ensure you actually complete this by choosing the relevant drop-down. The effective change date is the date of when the new work pattern starts. So if it's decided that it starts from today, you just put today's date. So the decision date is where the manager made the final decision on the flexible working application. The outcome details is the outcome of the application. For example, you can type in that you've approved or declined it. The decision letter sent is the date which you sent the formal outcome letter to the employee. The process end date is when the process formally concludes. So once you've made your decision and sent the outcome letter to the employee, you enter the date the response process ended. For example, if you sent the outcome letter today, you would enter today's date. Try not to confuse the process end date and the agreed arrangement end date. Just to reiterate, the process end date is simply when you finish responding to the employee's request, whilst the agreed arrangement end date is the date you and the employee have agreed that the temporary or trial arrangement will end and be reviewed. Once I've finished completing the arrangement and outcome section, I just hit submit on the top right. I have now successfully updated that request.